Hello everyone. Namaste Ramji. Namaste everyone. So, we are here on a journey through Bhavanopanishad, one of the key Shakta Upanishads. On this day of Vasanta Panchami, we will be starting to understand this text, which talks about the Shakta view of mind, body, breath, consciousness, and its unity with the divine, which in this case is Lalita Tripura Sundari. So, I invite Ramji to start discourse. Ramji, namaste.
Namaste, bhai. Namaskaram, everyone. As I demand you always, if you can switch on your camera, I can see you and talk directly. So I never expected that we will meet again after Soundari Lahiri. We might meet for some other programs, but not for a course of this kind. But definitely your passion, your enthusiasm, your devotion, and your, what do you say, it's a kind of hard work to understand. It's a diligent work to understand a text of this kind, especially the Shakta text, also the Shaiva text. I often feels that Shakta texts are more complicated than Shaiva text. As a common law, it is so, right? Women are more complicated than men. That is what men believes. I don't know. Don't know. So in Yogini Hridayam, I'm taking a class on Yogini Hridayam also for another group. In that, there is a statement. We cannot even understand Manushi Hridayam, the heart of a normal, a mortal woman. Then what to think about or what to talk about understanding the heart of Yogini. That is Mahatripura Sundari. So I often feel that that sort of complexities are there in Shakta texts also, because it has got a lot of technical terms, yogic intricacies, these all things. So it's kind of a bit difficult game to deal with Shakti than to deal with Shiva. So Shiva, the primordial essence or the first tattva, is always accessible through Shakti. Shakti is the gate to Shiva. Shaivi Mukhamukchate. That is what Vijnana Bhairava talks about Shakti. Shakti is the Mukha of Shiva, or called as the Shiva Vaktra. Without Shakti, we cannot access Shiva. We cannot get to know what is Shiva. So she is the one who gives us the knowledge of Shiva. Hence, she is called as Shiva Jnana Pradayini. So, Shiva Jnana Pradayini. So she is. Oh, it's okay. Okay, if something, if you have to chat something, if it is really necessary, you can chat. Otherwise, I might miss my attention. I'll just look into the chat box and okay. Abhi, we can actually close the chat box and open it when it is needed.
Right, Ramon.
Okay. So, Shakti is the gate to Shiva. Shiva, we cannot understand Shiva, what is the essence of Shiva, without the help of Shakti. So, Shakti is the one who points at Shiva. So, in India, there is a belief. Now, it's a redundant belief now, because as DNA tests are there's no point in talking about that. It is said that father is a belief and mother is the truth. Isn't it? For a child, father is nothing but someone whom mother shows this is your father, then you will tell that, okay, that's my, I agree. I believe my mother. So the entire idea of parenthood itself is revolving around the strong conviction that you have on your mother. That's why this term becomes a very problematic term in India. That is bastard. If you call someone bastard, it's not calling his father, but questioning the chastity of the mother. We don't have anything to do with the chastity of mother, but it is in fact questioning the conviction of you in your mother. So that gets shaken. Then there becomes an issue, which says that father is Shiva Jnana. If father is Shiva, that Jnana is obtained through the mother. In the spiritual dimension also, this is so true. Because she is the one who shows us who is our father. That's the bhakti point of view. But when we take it from the Bhairava point of view, she is the Vimarsha. She is the mirror on which our true self is reflected. And once our true self is reflected on a mirror, we are able to see what is our true form. That is called as Swabhava. Or that is called as Swashakti. Or that is called as, Shiva understands his own persona. Now, there is no persona as such, but Shiva understands what is his form. That is the first time he is looking into a mirror and seeing his real form. That is a mirror of Shakti. Hence, Shiva is called as Prakasha, light, and Shakti is called as Vimarsha. This is the basic understanding. Vimarsha means mirror. In Indian languages, Vimarsha means reflection. But we take it, we have given another meaning for that, that is criticism. The one who criticizes another is actually doing the Vimarsha. He should ideally do the Vimarsha. He should ideally show the real nature of the other guy, not just blame him for something. That is the real meaning of Vimarsha. A friend is a Vimarsha. Husband is a Vimarsha. Wife is a Vimarsha. It's not blame game. It's telling the other person, this is your form, Surupa Jnana. So, Shakti is the one who gives Surupa Jnana to Shiva. And that's how Shiva understands his real nature, Surupa, and he gets amused to see his form on the mirror of Shakti. And that Shakti is nothing but the autonomous will of Shiva, the Swatandra Shakti. It is nothing outside. I think I've given this example during Saundarya Lahari. If not, I'll repeat it. If you are a singer, there is an ability in you, that is the ability to sing. So singing is an ability. And what is the product of that? Song. Song is the product of that. So there are three things: singer, singing, and song. Singing is a process and song is a product. And who is the producer? Singer is the producer. Singer is no way different from singing. If his identity as a singer is determined by his ability to sing. Because he can sing, we call him a singer. Right? He himself understood he can sing when he sang for the first time. Then he understood, oh, I'm a singer. So singing is the thing which makes him a singer. Following that logic, singing is the mother of singer, isn't it? It is the thing which gave him identity as a singer, right? Leave song. But singing is the ability of the singer, which means singing is the daughter of singer. In Tantra, this is very beautifully explained. Shakti, when she takes the form of Tara, she is considered as the mother of Shiva. But when she takes the form of Kaliga, she is the daughter of Shiva. When she is with Shiva, she is the consort of Shiva. That's why there is a it's a puzzle kind of thing. We used to talk about the relation between Shiva and Shakti with this puzzle, that is, my mother is the one who gave birth to my father. My mother gave birth to my father. And my mother is the daughter of my father. You cannot separate Shiva from Shakti. Shiva and Shakti are together always. So today is an auspicious day, on the day of Vasant Panchami, a day devoted to Ma Saraswati. Interestingly, our Saundari Lahari classes commenced on Vijayadashami. Somehow the group, there are some other people also here, the earlier group who was with me for the entire long journey of Saundari Lahari, I think it took around 3 months or so. More than 3 months. In October we started, right? October, November, December, January, February. No, January we stopped. Yeah. Almost 3-4 months. We didn't feel it as 4 months going. And the group was really, as I said, very passionate about learning all these things. Every day, everyone will come. At least 23 people will be present. In fact, today there are 36 people. I'm so happy to see that number. 36 is the number of tattvas in Tantra. And Bhavanopanishad has got 36 sutras. So, like some coincidences. That's how we started our Saundari Lahari classes. And the Saundari Lahari group wanted to continue this journey with Shakta Upanishads and Shakta knowledge. That's how we started this class, Bhavana Upanishad. And interestingly, it coincided with Vasant Panchami. Actually, we planned it on Vasant Panchami, but we were not thinking about Vasant Panchami then. But somehow we planned to do it in February. Then, as today is Vasant Panchami, we decided to start it today, because in India, a great knowledge is always transmitted by the grace of Guru, Devata, and our own Atma. Guru and Devata can give you knowledge, but if your Atma is not receptive to that, that won't help. Guru might be okay and your Atma is ready to receive it, but Devata is not ready. Then also it won't work. Devata and you are ready, but Guru is not there, then also it won't work. So, Tripratyayamidam Shastram, it is said that Shastra is transmitted through there are 3 levels of transmission. One is Guruta, through Guru. Another is Shastrata. Their Guru and Devata are together, okay? are in communion. That's why we are not talking about a separate devata. Guruta, Shastrata, and Sotaha. Sotaha is self-knowledge, or the capacity of one to understand the complex concepts of tantras. We call it as Sahaja Jnana, the natural knowledge. I don't know whether English can grasp the real meaning of Sahaja Jnana. Sahaja Jnana is the real knowledge which an Indian is blessed with by the very virtue of taking birth in this holy land. We are all happy about that. I'm not telling that if someone is out of India, will not get Sahaja Jnana. Our country, in the form of Lord Kali, is so benevolent. If someone approaches her with a pure heart, she is ready to give anything. That is example of Bhagini Nivedita, Mirabai, Madam Blavatsky, so many, if you talk about it. So it's not like that. If your mind has got purity, wherever you are born, India as a country, as a nation, charged with its spiritual vibration of Ma Kalika, will take you as her child. But by the virtue of taking birth in this country, we are all gifted by that. That is called as Sahaja Jnana. So whenever I talk about certain things, is there an interruption? Is it okay? You can hear, right? Okay. Whenever I talk about Sahaja, some concepts in tantras, from text, from scriptures, I am actually doing the illumination of that. It's actually prakashana. I'm just doing the prakashana. And it's getting reflected in your heart. And Guru is the prakasha and you are the vimarsha. Shiva is the prakasha and Shakti is the vimarsha. And what is the process happening between? The flow of knowledge is the act of reflection or illumination. But once it gets illuminated or reflected in the pratala of your chitta, in the mirror of your chitta, that will definitely shine in different lights than what I have told you. It will shine more brightly with so many shades by the grace of Mother. That happens inside your heart. That happens inside your heart. That is called as Sahaja Jnana. If I talk about about certain thing, I might mean something and you will understand that meaning. More than that, you will understand much more things by the virtue of your Sahaja Jnana. That is the moment where we realize we are blessed with the grace of Mother Shaktipata. So, this is a moment where we are going to start with a very wonderful text. I consider it a beautiful bouquet of Shakta wisdom. That is called as Bhavana Upanishad. Bhavana Upanishad. Here, Upanishad, that is the first word. Bhavana comes second, although it is in the first. It is Upanishad. What do you mean by Upanishad? Upanishad, the one which is transmitted from Guru to Sishya from an elevated position. Guru is sitting on a pedestal and Sishya is sitting down, and we are learning it sitting near to him, so near to him. By the help of technology, although you are at different parts of the world, Zoom actually makes this Upanishad transmission easy. Otherwise, it would have been mouth to, yeah, Karnat Karna Padyantam, from ear to ear, Shruti. So this is an Upanishad. We cannot find any author for an Upanishad. Mundaga does not have an author. Isha does not have an author. Aitareya, we will not find an author. Brihadaranyaka will not find an author. Katha, we will not find an author. Ishavasya will not find an author. Any Upanishad, if you find who wrote it, a Westerner will ask this question first: who wrote this Upanishad? And our answer is Shiva. Apaurisheya, not written by anyone. It becomes a difficulty in research. When you do PhD, quote Kathopanishad, and how will you do the right reference? Will this anonymous katha, text katha written by anonymous, anon. We'll put it like that. In my PhD, I tried to use Shiva. Thank God, no, my external didn't see that. Otherwise, he would have questioned me. Because we believe that this is written by Shiva. This is not written by Shiva, in fact. This is illuminated by Shiva. If it was written by Shiva, then it was created. Non-knowledge is created in India. Knowledge is just illuminated. Think of the example of Ayurveda. It is said that Brahma created Ayurveda. It is not said that Brahma created Ayurveda. It is said that Brahma remembered Ayurveda. Brahma smrityayusho Veda. Brahma remembered the Veda, the knowledge of longevity. So it's not created, it's illuminated. So Bhavanopanishad is also illuminated. Definitely in Agamas, Agama is a school of thought or a stream of knowledge which has a certain format, that is of Shiva Shakti Samvada, dialogue between Shiva and Shakti. Shakti will ask certain question, Shiva will reply. If you look at Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Yogini Hridayam, any text, Malini Vijayotara Tantra, any text, if it is an Agama, you will find this important. This is the, the thing which actually makes Agama different from a Sutra text is that Agama is always a dialogue. In that way, we can say that the Bhagavad Gita can be called as a Krishna Agama because Arjuna and Krishna talks. But it's not only Krishna and Arjuna. There are Sanjaya, Dhritarashtra, like that. And it's actually a third person reporting. Vyasa reporting. So there is a third person, that is Vyasa. But here, there is no third person. It's only Shiva and Shakti in Agamas. But in Upanishad, for example, Bhavanopanishad, we will not find any person there. It's written as sutras. Like Yoga Sutras. In Yoga Sutras, we can actually, if you read Yoga Sutras, you can see a hidden Patanjali somewhere sitting and giving us the sutras, because Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Here starts the Shasana of Yoga. Who says that? Then we can have an answer, that is Patanjali. But Bhavanopanishad is not starting like that. Bhavanopanishad is just given like that. There's no author, not even Shiva, not even Shakti, because it's pearls of wisdom. You take it and you benefit out of it. That is the format of this Upanishad. It's a very small text, in fact, if you go by the page numbers or the number of sutras. But it's a grand text with a lot of understanding on the ideas of Shakta religion, Shakta Mata. And it's an Upanishad, regarded as a supreme knowledge. And it is the Upanishad of Bhavana. What is Bhavana? Bhavana is visualization. It's not normal visualization. It is Sankalpa. Visualization has got two forms, Sankalpa and Vikalpa. This is Sankalpa. This has got a higher form of, it's a higher form of visualization. It's not meager visualizations like that. So this is Bhavana. And Bhavana is considered as Param, is the supremest form of practice to approach Para or Tripura Devi. For any sort of practice, we have three forms of practice. First one is the physical form of practice, puja, rituals, and all those things. That's in Shaiva, it is called as the Anavopaya. And then there is that is called as Bahir Yaga, external worship. If you do worship to Sri Chakra, that's an external worship, right? And if you do worship inside your heart, you visualize a Sri Chakra in your heart, and you do worship to that, that is Andaryaga. So one is Kaiga, physical. Another is Manasika, or we can think Manasika, Manasika Japa. That is inside your mind. The other one is Bhavana. It actually transcends the mind. It's in fact a transmental activity. Using the faculty of mind. Using the faculty of mind, you are getting out of the mind. And when you look at Lalita Sahasranama, there is a nama for Devi. It's not one nama. It's Bhavani Bhavanagamya. Bhavani is only accessible through Bhavana. Bhavani Bhavanagamya. And she is Bhavaranya Kutharika. Bhavaranya. What is Bhava? Bhava is samsara. Bhava is world. Not the world which we see. Shaktites don't have a problem with the world, like Vedantis has. Vedantis always have a problem with the world. Nedi, Nedi, I'm not into the world. I'm not into the world. This is not me. This is not me. Mano buddhya hangara chitta ninaham. I am not mind. I am not ego. I am not intellect. I am not chitta. I am Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. I don't have a body. I don't have eyes. I don't have ears. I am not this. I am not this. I am not this. I am not this. I don't have father, I don't have mother, I don't have children, I don't have friends, I don't have foe. What am I? I am Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. It's negating everything, deducting to reach at a conclusion. I am nothing but Chidananda Rupa Shiva. That is the culture of rejection or the stream of rejection, Nirasa Pada. But tantras are the path of acceptance. We consider everything as Parashakti. Sarvam Galyutamevaham Nanyatasti Sanadanam. All that you see is me, nothing else. Goddess proclaims. You cannot find anything existing out of me. So the entire world, the cosmos, is nothing but the vibhuti of Devi. It's the effulgence of Devi. It's the radiance of Devi. So that we are not discarding the world. Then why Lalita Sahasrama is making this Nama Bhavaranya Kutharika? Bhava is a place where we get troubled. We get troubled. It's a troubling pursuit. When you get into the world, you are in the path of pravritti. You've taken birth, you're leaving, you'll die, you'll again take birth, you leave, you'll again die. This keeps on happening, samsara chakra. There is no nivritti. There is no exit from this. Who is making us suffer? That is the question. It is Devi herself. We don't have to get any Satan for that job. Satan is in fact jobless in Hinduism. Because Goddess herself does all these things. All these mischiefs. So Satan thinks that, what is my role here? There's no role for Satan. So she is the one who creates all this trouble to us. And she is the Pasha. She is the rope that binds us. That's why we are a soul in bondage. That's why we are called as Pashu. And what is the Pasha, the rope? Shakti. And who is she actually binding? That is the question. She is actually binding Shiva. He is Pati. Why is she doing that? Because Shiva himself asked her to do that. Shiva was enjoying a life with his omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. All powerful, all knowledgeable. The Shivatva. The Paramanandavastha. It's quite boring, right? And he really wanted to enjoy the Jagadananda. And he asked his close aide, Shakti, Uma, can you help me? She asked, how should I help you? He told, I want to enjoy worldly life. So, okay, you want to enjoy the worldly life. Okay, I'll help you. Worldly life is nothing but limitation. I want to enjoy limited selfhood. Now I am unlimited self. It's quite boring. There's no challenges. Everything gets done with his will. So he just want to enjoy that. So she gets separated from him. That is the first thing. Shakti gets separated from him. And she pushes him out of it. What? The comfort zone. That is Parasamvit. And he jumps into the world with the push of Shakti. And from Paramashiva, he becomes a Shiva only. That is the first Tattva in 36 Tattva. And later he becomes limited Purusha. Shakti makes sure that he enjoys the worldly life really well. That's what she does to us. All these troubles are caused by her. All the happiness we enjoy is caused by Devi. There is a point we will feel that, oh, this is quite tiresome. I just want to get out of this. Without realizing we are Shiva, Shakti will not let you go. She has got an Angusha, an elephant god in her hand. Have you seen that? Elephant god in her hand? That's not for the elephant. That's for us. If you try to escape from this, she will hold you with that and pulls you back into the bhava. And she is the one who will help us to get out of this bhava. That is why Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa called her Bhavatarini. She is the one who caused this. Because the solution is always in the cause. You cannot solve a thing if you don't find the cause. The moment you find the cause, you can easily solve it. So to untie the pasha, so to untie the rope is the whole process of sadhana. The more you try, the more she will make it complicated. Because Shiva already, now he is not remembering that, but Shiva already told her to make the worldly life more enjoyable. This is the part of joy. Hence it is called as Leela. Shiva and Shakti plays the Leela. This is all Leela. At the end of the day, they stop this Leela. And the entire world is dissolved in after a deluge. And she watches it. Samhara happens. What is a Samhara? We talk about an apocalypse happening at the end. And Shiva dances. Tantra is not talking about any apocalypse. Tantra is talking about burning off your own limited selfhood. Bhavaranya, the forest of your desires, of your made self. Everything gets everything gets burnt. The Atma inside that will jump with joy. That is the dance. That is the Tandava. And Shakti is the witness of that dance. Maheshwara Mahakalpa Mahatandava Sakshini. So she is the one who actually makes all this trouble. And she is the one who makes us, independent too. She is the one who makes us dependent. And she is the one who makes us independent. The moment she becomes the knowledge giver, she is Shiva Jnana Pradayini. And she takes the form of upward rise of Kundalini. And if she is making us dependent, she is the, yeah, limiting Maya. Same one, playing two different roles as Shakti and as Maya. Maya is a cheer girl, in fact. She actually wants to cheer up Shiva in all these pursuits. She's actually doing that. We are thinking that this world is full of misery. No, it's not, in fact. It's basically their play. Like we do to our kids. We'll create some troubles for them when they are small, right? And we'll enjoy that game. Child will not enjoy after a point, but we will not stop that game, right? Like that, Maya is making sure that Shiva is going through all these things. And if until there is no strong desire to get out of this, Maya will not stop this play. The question is that, are we having that strong desire? That strong desire is called as mumukshutva. Mumukshu. They are called as mukshu. Who is mumukshu? The one desires for moksha, liberation. Are we mumukshu? This is the question. We will boast that we are all mumukshus. Why are you learning Saundaryalahari for moksha? Why are you learning Bhavanopanishad for moksha? When will you get moksha? After I die. Then you have an offer. You can die now. No, no, I will die after some time. I need moksha after 20 years. Nobody is ready to take moksha if it is offered now. Are we? We are all ready to take moksha after, at the end of this package. So Tantra is actually talking about Jivan Mukti, liberation while living. You don't have to wait for death to get moksha. Like people normally believes moksha is a certificate issued after death. Normally astrologers give that death certificate. If someone dies in your home, you go to an astrologer, you ask what happened to my father, then he will do certain things. And he'll say that, okay, your father is in Shivaloka. He got moksha. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ji. I'm going back. If they can issue a certificate, they can actually issue a certificate also. Like R. Ramanand attained moksha. Like that. And my family can actually frame it and put it on the walls of my. Who is that's the question. Who is really capable of giving anyone moksha? Nobody. Not even the gods. It is we ourselves are only capable of deliverance. That is a fundamental idea of Shakta or Shaiva religion. You are responsible for your moksha. And if you cannot attain moksha while you're living, you cannot attain moksha when you're dead. So there are so many techniques in India, so many techniques to get liberation. There is karma yoga. You do your karma without an expectation on its results. That is sufficient to deliver you deliverance. The moksha. Raja Yoga, path of prana. Using the prana, you can reach there. Bhakti, devotion, Bhakti Yoga. Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Nada Yoga, with the practice of music. Laya Yoga, by the practice of dissolving Dhyana yoga, through the act of meditation. Here, bhavana is the tool given by Bhavanopanishad. So, in fact, this is a text of yoga. Yoga, the word is derived from yuj. The etymologically, the root word it's yuj. Yuj means to unite. Unite our limited self to the unlimited self through the means of bhavana. So it's a master technique used by tantrics, and it's a text on tantric visualization to reach at moksha. So this text, although there are only 36 slokas, not slokas, sutras, it can be called as aphorisms. Each one has got loaded meanings. And it's making us understand what is the real form of goddess and how we are connected to goddess. Lalita Tripura Sundari is graphically represented in a chakra as Sri Chakra, right? And through Bhavanopanishad, we are understanding that Sri Chakra is nothing but our body itself. And it says that Sri Chakra is the abode of Devi, not the abode of Devi, the body of Devi. Sri Chakram Shivayor Vapu. And by the end of Bhavanopanishad, we will understand that Vapu, that body in which Sri Vidya resides, is nothing but our own body. It's basically a text that intends to bridge the gap between our physical body, our mental body, and our causal body. And if these three things are united, we realize our eternal body. This is the fundamental idea of Bhavanopanishad. I didn't want to take a class on Bhavanopanishad today. I didn't want to start this text. I just wanted to give an introduction. But definitely, I will talk about the first sutra of Bhavanopanishad, because we have decided to start it today. The text. The first sutra is Sri Guru Sarva Karana Shakti Budha. Sri Guru is the reason of everything. Who is Sri Guru? We have our Guru. I have my Guru. I have my Manava Guru. Manava Guru means the one who has taken the form of a human being. We all have Manava Gurus, right? And there is a Guru on top of this Manava Guru. That is Siddha Guru. Like Agastya, Bogar, Pulipani. Like that. These all are Siddha Gurus. And on top of that, there is a Divya Guru. These are the Guru Traya in spirituality, called as Manavaukham, Siddhaukham, Divyaukham. Manava bodied one, Siddha bodied one, and light bodied one. Manava Guru can become a Siddha Guru. And a Siddha Guru can become a what? Divya Guru. Perfect example is of Babaji Nagaraj. He was a Manava Guru. Then he attained the Siddhahood. He became a Siddha Guru. Now he is in the astral form, light bodied one. If you read certain works on him, it is said that he moves with his mandali. Anytime he can, yeah, he can appear from thin air and disappear into that. Dhero dhero dhandau dao. That is words, right? It is said that. Whenever he wants to disappear, he it is said that he says this. Dhero dhero dhandau dao. Then they leave. Then they disappears into thin air. Then they appears wherever they want to. Because they are not bound by Kala or Desha, time and space. This is the Divya Guru. I have talked to a person. He was an IS officer. He was a very old man, pretty old man. When I was talking to him, he was actually wailing over his wife's demise. But there was a friend who introduced me to him. He told me that this person has seen Babaji with his own eyes. Then I just wanted to talk to him. Then he talked to me over phone. He told me that he then that was the time he just got IAS and he became a assistant collector of Chennai, I think. I don't remember the space. And his sister, he went to visit his sister, and his sister was into some Babaji movement, some organization they had. Don't know what it is. And she invited him to go for a satsang. This is a verbatim thing which I heard, okay. And he went for that satsang. There were some 13, 14 people there in that room. It was a closed room. He was also sitting there. And there was a raised platform decorated with beautiful flowers and all those things were there. And they told that our master will come now. And he thought that some master will come and sit there and take a class on something. And they were chanting something. Sri Gurubhyo Nama or something. Don't know what it was. Something they were chanting. And he told me he was a very rational person then. Now also I think he is. He told me right in front of his eyes, like a light. He used some word, I forgot that. Like a beam of light, he appeared in front of them. There were 13 to 14 people in that room. They all witnessed it. He also. He told me that was a boy of 16 or 17 years. Looks like. Very charming. Glowing one. Wheatish skin color. He gave me all these things. And they all did their namaskara. And he blessed them all. And he told me that he disappeared into thin air right in front of my eyes. This was an experience one person had. He was an IAS officer. I think he's still alive. This happened some 6 or 7 years back when he was old, when I talked to him. This is light-bodied Guru, Divya Guru. So Sri Guru, Sarva Karana Bhuta Shakti. Sri Guru is the origin of everything. Here it is, the text is using Sri Guru instead of Guru. Sri Guru means the Supreme Guru. That is nothing but Shiva and Shakti together. That is nothing but Shiva and Shakti together. So Shiva and Shakti together is the reason for everything. Sri Guru Sarva Karana Shakti Bhut. And in the next class, we will talk about the 9 forms of Guru and how they reside in our body. Before that, we will learn a mudra. Are you all ready to learn a mudra? Okay. This mudra, you know. I think I have shown this in Sundarlari class, right? This mudra is Mriga mudra. Mriga is deer. Looks like a deer, right? Mriga mudra. Mriga signifies heart. Not in fact heart, but mind. Mind is always disturbed and mind is always dynamic. Mind is always moving. That's why you cannot find a calm deer. They'll be always moving, even though they are in asramas. You will not find a meditating deer. It will always move. At least its eyes will move. That is Mriga Mudra. This is another Mriga Mudra. These deers have got horns and they are locking their horns. Have you seen deers locking their horns? It's not deer, right? Antelope or this. Yeah. And if they lock their horn, what happens? They cannot move. Movement is stopped, which means it is the cessation of the mental flux. It is the cessation of the mental flux. And this cessation of the mental flux at the feet of Guru. Hence, this mudra is called as Guru Patuka Mudra. We keep this mudra on top of our head because Guru's feet is always on top of our head. That's why we touch Guru's feet. We surrender. It's in fact a contract. Contract is nothing but submitting my head on your feet. Why? Because this head has caused all the troubles to me. Now I am going to listen your head. So it's in fact a circuit. Guru's head and your legs. So in fact, it's a circuit. So this is made like that. So this is the Guru Patuka Mudra, which we keep on our head. We are starting today the auspicious wisdom of Bhavanopanishad. You keep Guru Patuka Mudra, I'll chant. And you are going to pay obeisance to Guru Patuka Mudra, Guru Patuka, the Guru Tattva. You are going to repeat it with me. Vande, Vande, Guru Padadundam, which means I bow before the feet of Guru. Vande Guru Padadundam, Avang Manasa Gojaraha, with my mind, my words, and all my indriyas. Avang Manasa Gojara. Rakta Shukla Prabha Misram, which is a communion of Rakta, red or blood, and Shukla, semen or white. Rakta denotes Shakti, the menstrual blood. Semen denotes Shiva, white. Rakta Shukla Prabha Misram, it is Ardhanarishwara. Rakta Shukla Prabha Misram. It is radiating the, yeah, it is, yeah, it is getting, yeah, it is radiating the rays of Rakta and Shukla, Rakta Shukla Prabha Misram, Atarkyam Traipuram Maha. There is no doubt in the whole three worlds, there is nothing more respectable than this. This is the only thing which is respected in the whole three worlds. Vande Gurupatadundam, Avang Manasa Gojaraha, Rakta Shukla Prabha Misram, Atarkyam Traipuram Maha. This is the mudra. And let us pray for the, you can keep your hands down. Let us pray for the grace of all the Guru Parambaras from your Guru, your Guru's Guru, your Guru's Guru's Guru, your Guru's 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 Guru. At the end of it, it is Shiva. And that is the lineage. That is the Parampara. It's a chain of masters. And you are the last ring in that chain, or your master. If you shake that ring, the reverberation or the entire chain gets oscillated and the wave will go and hit Shiva, because it is an unending or uninterrupted chain of masters. That's why without any support, any institutional support, any missionary support, Tantra is surviving and reaching to each one of us. For Vedanta, we have Dashanamis. They are missionaries. For Veda, we have Vaidika institutions. For Vaishnavates, we have Vaishnava kind of schools and mechanisms to propagate the idea. For Tantra, there is no such thing. But still, it will come and find us. Because Parashakti maintains this chain unbroken for eternity. Okay? So let's start to classes will be on Saturday and Friday and Saturday, right? Like the previous one. Friday and Saturday, 6:30. So as it is Vasant Panchami, we started it today. So next class will be on next Friday. We'll start Bhavanopanishad then. We can have question answers after the first class, okay? Okay. Thank you. Namah Shivaya.